Recording. Jumbo Sana, everyone, for those of you that are on live and those of you who have requested that this be recorded so that you can review the information for a time that was convenient for you to be fully present. My name is Marilyn Sorensen. I am your hostess coming to you from Narok, Kenya, and my hostess is Miss Anni Daulter coming to you from Boulder, Colorado. So we are so excited to share with you one of our exciting adventures that we have collaborated on for this April 2017. It's two pieces that complement each other like peanut butter and jelly. So we wanted to kind of share with you how you can also take advantage of this epic adventure that we have designed to be very transformational for those of you that have had Africa or Kenya on your bucket list, who have been looking for a soul sisterhood tribe that can really elevate you and cheer you on. And you know, we're going to share some of those details. So I'm going to start first and give you a little bit of information on how we're doing this together, even though it's kind of two separate weeks of adventure, daring adventure, and transformation. So I'm just going to, let's see. So this is about, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Soul Safari piece, which is the second week. Really, it's designed to help discover your soul purpose while paying it forward. This is the Soul Safari. We are in Kenya, Africa, and then Annie's going to tell you about the I Am Sisterhood retreat. So we have complemented these together. I am your partner in purpose on the Soul Safari, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what that will look like. So Karibu, Kenya. Karibu is the Swahili word for welcome. So we're so excited to welcome you to Kenya. It is where I currently live and have been visiting for 4 years now. The smart ass in me always likes to be a little bit chippy when someone says, well, is it safe to travel to Kenya? I say no, it's only safe to live here. But let me tell you a little bit more about the details of the Soul Safari. It is scheduled for April 25th through May 21st. So what that means is you would actually be engaging in our first day of adventure on April 25th, and then you would depart back to wherever you came from, whatever your home base is, on May 1st. This is a daring adventure that is designed as a voluntourism trip. So when I said it is, discovering your purpose while you pay it forward, we're going to tell you a little bit more about what that really means. So you'll be visiting the eastern coast of Kenya. Kenya is also on the eastern side of the African continent, and we will have pay it forward projects. So where in the world is Kenya? So here is a picture of the continent of Africa, and you can see, yes, there is coast, which means beaches. Yep, beaches and the warm waters of the Indian Ocean. So our neighbors to the north, I guess more east, is Somalia. To the north, Ethiopia. There's Sudan, Uganda, and south is Tanzania, as we say it in Kenya, or you may say it as Tanzania. Here's some of the fun facts. Kenya lies on the equator, so it is warm. So Annie is coming to you from Boulder, where it recently snowed, where I am in the summer months of Kenya, where I'm in shorts and a t-shirt because it's kind of summery here. Where we will be having this adventure on the coast of Mombasa area or Diani Beach. It's very warm and tropical. So if you have been kind of hankering down, like really buckling down under the snow and the crazy winter weather that's been happening for many of you, this might be your light at the end of the tunnel to experience something a little bit different. Kenya is voted the best place to experience safari. It's been voted multiple years in a row. One of our big exports here are tea and coffee. In fact, I have some friends who just came to visit for the weekend, and they brought me hand-ground coffee from the mountains of Kisii. A couple more fun facts. Yeah, I'm bringing them home to Utah and my family in Washington. Someone's going to get some delightful gifts because the coffee is amazing. Swahili and English are spoken here. Swahili is the national or native language, and English is the international language that is spoken here. There are 42 tribes in the country, and so they were looking for a universal language that everyone can speak, and so it is Swahili. Most Kenyans, I would say, speak at least 4 to 5 dialects. English, or Swahili English, their mother tongue, and usually a couple of the surrounding tribes' dialects as well. There are international yachting competitions in that area that we're going to be visiting. They are a fairly new developing country. They gained independence in just 1963, so very early. And we have chosen the stunning beaches of Diani to welcome you for these 2 extraordinary weeks. Here are a couple of pictures that I took on my last visit to Mombasa and Diani.
How do I see those?
Oh, can you not see this? Have you not seen any of these?
No, I haven't seen any of it either, but I thought maybe I was just doing it wrong.
Uh-oh.
Me too.
Thank you for saying something.
Yeah. Well, you're lovely, and I just love to see your smile.
Yeah, so that's okay, right.
Thank you. Technical difficulties. Operator error. Operator error. Okay, my apologies. Okay. It's been great to just see my face the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Do we try to go forward, or is that something you do?
Nope, I'll go forward for you. So we'll just kind of fly through these. I see
the giraffes.
There we go, giraffes. Soul Safari. This is about the I Am Sisterhood retreat and Soul Safari collaboration. So there we go. I'm your partner in purpose. As I said, Caribou, Kenya. Welcome to Kenya. We are so excited. Our home team here is ready to welcome you as part of the Kenya family. One of the things you'll experience from the moment you land is the heart wide open community and the family feeling of Kenyans. So here are the details again, April 25th through May 1st. And here, see, this is the visual part that you needed. Where in the world is Kenya?
Got it. There you go. Okay.
See, it helps to share the screen. See, Annie, you were all worried that you weren't going to know how to do this. I've been doing this forever. And I didn't.
You're so good at it. You'll have to school me later.
It's one of the ways it's easy to have a.
It's so helpful. No, it's so helpful. And you know, I run like 40 retreats a year, and I've like never done anything like this. Literally never.
Which speaks volumes.
I'm just like, come. It'll be amazing.
People just know I can trust you.
Work it out, but I like this. It's so nice. It's really comforting.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So this is a little bit of a map of where Kenya is. And now you get to see the adorable, in fact, my friends that are visiting that just brought me coffee, this is from the Uriri, this little angel is from the Uriri Light School that we like to go visit. He's adorable. So here's something amazing. You'll see this picture is plumeria. These are plumeria flowers that I picked right where I was staying the last time I was in Mombasa. These are just, I sprinkled them on my bed. So for those of you that love Hawaii, or plumeria is one of my favorite scents on the planet.
You can make an amazing essence from plumeria.
Oh.
We could do that at the I Am Sisterhood retreat. We can make a plumeria essence.
What? Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to do local things too, you know, that really speak to that. And so, you know, I can bring stuff.
Plumeria, gardenia. So here we are. These are the pictures that I took last time. So this is the picture on the left is Diani Beach. These are Samburu warriors who live nearby, and we're just walking on the beach. But the sand on Diani Beach is so white and refined, it actually feels more to me like powder than it does sand. There's a less grainy feel to this. This picture on the right is my feet on the beaches of Mombasa. So if you have, here's a couple more pictures of Diani. Where we will be meeting is private. It's a private beach. And so you will find that we will not have a bunch of tourists to manage, because we have really set the intention for, as Annie's going to talk to you about, using the elements. There are very specific, intentional, and conscious reasons we have selected this space. For those of you that are not familiar or have never been to a beach on the Indian Ocean, you will find it is incredibly warm. It is very inviting, and the way the shelf is on this ocean, you can actually walk out a pretty good distance until the water is a chest deep height.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So,
what kind of shells are there?
Well, I even held sea urchins last time.
Did you?
Yeah, there's lots of fun in little bits of coral, and just there's some fun little white crabs that come out at night with the moon that are fun to watch and see, just kind of the different changes.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what you can plan to expect with your Kenya experience. So there are only 2 guarantees that I make on a soul safari. Number 1, you will never be the same. And number 2, you will likely fall in love with children that unfortunately you can't bring home. But you are more than welcome to bring your big heart to connect with theirs. You will find that all Kenyans are a heart wide open culture. These are 3 little ladies that I took a picture of outside of a compound that I'm very familiar with. And, you know, the smiles, the love, the wanting to just kind of be around you will be something fun. But as we say, there is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so that is why this, you know, I host soul safaris throughout the year, but this is a very intentional, specific one for soul sisterhoods. That, you know, I think that as many of you who are watching this now and in the future and have reached out to ask about questions, you know, we are at a cycle and season on the planet where women are really being called forward to unite. And as you'll hear from Annie, one of the reasons I stalk her constantly and reached out to her is because of the reemergence and how she is leading, you know, the rituals that we had forgotten and have not been taught, and the importance of doing it together as women. So, you know, that is why this collaboration is happening. So one of the things you're going to experience on a soul safari is when you place your deposit and say, hold a spot for me, I need to be there, my soul is calling me, I'm listening to the promptings that have been pushing me, and the divine timing that is happening, you will receive an ink kit, a printing kit in the mail from my team, because we want to know and help you discover your soul's purpose. So on this adventure, I will have the honor and privilege of discovering with you, reminding you, because this is your soul's contract that you already agreed to, but I get the honor and privilege of decoding the spiritual contract that you agreed to that is now left in your handprints. And so we will, throughout the Soul Safari, unfold your life lesson, your life path, and your life purpose, which makes up that soul purpose. Another really juicy, fun thing is, as you do this, you give me permission to analyze all of you as a group. So that as a group, I can see and let you know what, as a group or sisterhood, your purpose is together and your lesson to learn together. So there's a lot of intention on how we proceed every day and the experiences that are designed for you to get clear with that as you have this journey together. So what is a soul purpose? The life path, there are 4 of them. It could be love, peace, wisdom, or service. or for some of you, a combination of two, once in a while, three. Your life lesson, which I say is, you know, a lot of people reach out to learn their soul purpose, or their soul's purpose, because they hear life purpose, which is awesome. But I will say, of the thousands of hands that I've looked at over the years, I have found that your life lesson is where you grow your courage muscles. You can shorten your breakdown cycle and accelerate your breakthrough and often break-free cycle. And then, of course, your life purpose. So you will learn that. Your life path, like I said, it could be love, peace, wisdom, or service, and a combination. We'll tell you how that shows up for you and how it's been showing up for you since you were a little girl, and how you can really embrace that to support you. Your life path is your daily mode of operation. It's kind of that backdrop of your life. Sometimes you'll hear me refer to it as a school, which you're learning from, and you're here to learn its opposite. So those two sides of the same coin, right? So if you were in the life path of service, you're also here to experience that pendulum swing of service and sacrifice or servitude. So you're going to, learn more about how that student path gets you to the master path. Your life lesson, which again I said is where we build our courage muscles. It's where we discover how to really learn from that lesson and accelerate things. And of course, your life purpose. So I say it's your purpose is, the reason, the force, your existence, the source of your soul's desire to create and fulfill your legacy. So we will learn that. We will also be learning more about sacred money archetypes, what your contract is with money. No, it is not to struggle, but there is an agreement that you have made that will really support you. I say that money is certainly not the most important thing, but it can often have an effect on the things that are most important to you. Number one, your family and your ability to choose based on your desires instead of your bank account.
Absolutely.
So we're going to look at that and give you some clarity on how you can align that spiritually and financially, because truly it is just the same energy. And as I said before, women, it is our turn to step up. And the women who are called to be part of this sacred journey, it is your turn to be visible and valued. And also, you are the good people of the world who, when you make more money, you just do more good. You're the ones who want to write a check for, natural disasters, or hop on a plane and serve shoulder to shoulder when someone is in need. And so giving you the support and ability to make a difference and create a ripple effect in the world is something that I'm excited to share with you. So you will find out if you are a ruler, an alchemist, a maverick, an accumulator, a connector, a nurturer, a celebrity, or a romantic. We'll learn what those top two influencing archetypes are for you right now in this cycle and season in your life, and how those others you can give permission to support you, to lift you as you climb. So as part of your Soul Safari adventure, we do have trip training. So some of you that are coming are seasoned travelers and have traveled internationally before. Others of you, you might have a little bit of a twizzle, or you might be a little puckered about all the details and how, how do you make this happen, right? What do I do? I have a long checklist of things and questions. We like to take that stress and hassle off the table for you. So we will try to prepare you with things such as how to pack light, how to pack smart, how to pack so if you want to leave the things that you're coming with, you can leave them as donations so that you have suitcases to take back, jewelry, necklaces. Let's see some of the baubles that I was just, soapstone carvings.
Those are beautiful.
I know. Darn it, I should have had all the angels that I just got here next to me. So baskets. There's all kinds of, items that you may want. Sandals, beaded sandals. I can almost guarantee you're all going to want 3 or 4 pairs of those, especially in April. But we're going to show you that. Here are some of the pictures of some of the lovely people that you will get to fall in love with. Again, this heart wide open culture community. So I think that one of the reasons I was so magnetized to Annie is the instant community she creates. Who she shows up as is community. And my life purpose is actually mother love, community. I create community wherever I go, or family, and people feel like family. So that is part of how I serve. Part of your travel training and things that we handle for you, the travel requirements, let's go over those a little bit more. So immunizations are one of the big things people ask about. As of now, there are no required immunizations to enter the country of Kenya. As a caveat, I will say, if you go to your local travel clinic, however, they will guacamole, sour cream, and extra cheese you to the tune of about $1,400 because they are a for-profit business. It is not a government agency. And so they want to recommend a slew of immunizations. Nothing is required. I will let you know if that changes at all. But you will need a valid U.S. passport or passport from the country that you are coming from. We do have some people that are coming. I do have one person that's coming from Portugal. She is a U.S. citizen. However, possibly someone from France. And so you will need that, and you will need a visa to enter the country. That is something that we take care of for you. I know how to navigate the website very well, and sometimes it can be a little finicky, and I find it's easier if you are a novice traveler to have that detail handled for you. So that is all included in your excursion fees. Here are a couple more pictures from my last trip to Mombasa on the beach. And some of our transportation around the city will be by tuk-tuk, which I just love. It's fun. It gets you closer. Yeah, it's really fun. I love the drivers. I love the experience. It's open air, so it's always nice. You know, for those of you, it is tropical. So I should have left my hair down, but I have incredibly Shirley Temple ringlet hair here in Kenya and in Mombasa. Because it is humid, you will experience even more. Oh, typo. Travel day, not November 1st. Yes, please.
Because I'm not part of the Soul Safari, will you help out with my visa when
Yep.
I come?
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I have another person I'm helping with the East African visa, which is, I call it the fast path. It's a Uganda, Kenya visa that is good for 90 days.
Thank you so much for doing that. That's a big load off me too, actually.
Yeah, it's like I'm so used to the information that is required, and that website can sometimes be like Facebook. It changes in the middle of things all of a sudden. So I'm used to the dance with it a little bit. And if by some chance there's ever a glitch on the website, I mean, I walk you through exactly. So this doesn't look like it was updated, but when we pick you up, we're going to be meeting you in Mombasa. So one of the other things that we like to manage for you is I have a travel concierge team who organizes all of our group flights. So when you put your deposit and say, save me a spot, this is where I need to be, we put flight flags on for you. So we're looking for the shortest travel time with the best price from your departing airport. So we manage that for you. It's easier for you, and of course it's easier for us because I have to manage your transportation. So the closer I can get everyone to arriving at the same time, the better. So we will handle that for you. You know, of course, you can travel on your favorite airline with the most, miles for you. All of that we help you with. So let me tell you a little bit about our Pay It Forward projects. We say you have two hands. one, to help yourself, and the second, to help others. So part of this adventure is we do like to give back. We feel that serving with others is something that really helps anchor the experience, and it's just part of our culture here at Soul Safari. So one of the really fun projects that I constantly have been a part of since before I moved to Kenya, and I have furthered a lot because my background as a doula and part of the Midwife College of Utah, a general birth junkie, and just supporter of women.
Mm-hmm.
This project is something that we have really helped launch here in Kenya. And a couple of months ago opened a large sewing center in Mombasa. So if you haven't heard about Days for Girls, it is an organization that distributes washable menstrual kits. And the ultimate goal is education for girls. So in many developing countries, there just are not resources. So girls may be filling old socks with sand to use as sanitary pads, old cloths, sponges, pieces of mattresses or old t-shirts, or using disposable pads, sanitary pads, multiple times. So this is what we will be providing and doing some fundraising for. We'll ask for your help in spreading the word. They are provided with a beautiful drawstring bag. So their kit looks like a school bag. So they can take it when it is their moon cycle and it's not obvious. Also, you're going to get to visit the sewing shop that we just opened up and get to meet the ladies and the girls that work there and learn why they work there and how this opportunity also supports their families and their children to stay in school. They receive a 1-gallon Ziploc freezer bag so that they can put their gray water or their dishwater in that in the morning so that when they have a soiled pad, they can put that in there to be soaking. So they receive 2 moisture barrier shields that wrap around the panty and 8 absorbent trifold flannel pads that I've been using since I lived here. I use them when I go to the US. I would not use anything else because environmentally it's more sound for my belief system. The way these are designed, they are easy to wash. And as you will get to see in our training videos to help you prepare, it looks like a handkerchief when it's being dried in the sunshine. So no one knows that it's a sanitary pad. They also receive a couple of pairs of panties, a washcloth, and some soap. And then most fun is we get to have a workshop with them. So we educate them about anatomy, their moon cycles, reproduction, empowerment, boundaries, and human trafficking as well. You will find that in developing countries, oftentimes girls believe that they have turned to prostitution so that they could get a sanitary pad or food. They don't realize that, no, they were taken advantage of or they were assaulted, quite honestly. So we answer some interesting questions for them. I am an ambassador of Health for Days for Girls. You're more than welcome to also be certified. It's a very fun course that is free if you would like to do that as well. So these are some of the girls receiving their kits. A kit, if taken care of and if they wash it the way that we instruct them, it lasts about 3 to 4 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How much is each kit?
We're trying to get it down to about $7 US per kit. So if you can imagine, right now they're about 10, but we're trying to source the materials a little bit better.
Right. So can we donate ourselves?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I sent you money specifically for this, then that would be for however many, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to share this kind of stuff with my community. because I just think that this stuff is so beautifully powerful. You know, I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you know, we have a sacred Menarch online class that my good friend Tina, who I'm hoping will come to this, runs, and she just held a beautiful moon circle. My daughter is 12 and just got her moon a few months ago, and she came and held a red tent and a beautiful ceremony for her. And so many people were interested because I posted a lot of photos on Facebook about, you know, the event, and she was covered in rose petals, and yeah, it was just so beautiful. The whole thing was amazing. And you know, but this kind of thing, I think, it's so powerful here in the States because we don't even do it here. The honoring part, you know, like that's a rarity. I mean, it's becoming more well known, but it's certainly not in every home, you know, where we're doing that, we're honoring. And these girls, you know, just to see them so joyful to get such a simple gesture of really what's a woman's right to have. And they see it as a luxury, you know. I want our community to see that. So these are great. If you could send me these photos too, I would really love to be able to share.
Yeah, absolutely. I have so many. Kimberly's seen the ones where like I'm teaching it. So I teach it. I show them that I actually use it myself. But I show them, you know, the last time I taught it was in a Maasai community. I was in a dress. I will say I got a new education on what it's like to manage your moon in a full-length dress that is beaded and trying to change pads. Usually also where we teach this, we install tippy taps, which we'll talk about, but a hand washing station, which is completely foreign to Kenyans. But it's simple. It's a simple solution to keeping girls in school, yet it is profound. Just to provide them, you know, sanitary kits so that they have an opportunity. It's called Days for Girls because it provides more days. What happens, especially in a developing country like Kenya, girls that do not have, in fact, there is a very remote county here where I just discovered that women are just finding out what a sanitary pad is. They didn't even know what that is. They take and rip their shawls, or we call them lassos, and pretty much fashion a belt, the old belts, pads with belts. They're in their hut for 7 days a month. And so then, of course, as a young girl, if you can imagine, you get behind in school, you drop out. Early marriage can be very typical.
I mean, 7 days is a lot, right? That's a lot every month, you know, that's the quarter of school.
And well, early marriage in some tribes here can be as early as 10 to 12 years old. And then, of course, once you are giving birth, I mean, there are girls here who, you know, their educational career ceases at 10 or 12. So this gives a girl the opportunity to have an education which will change the trajectory of her life so that she can, you know, oftentimes continue, go to university. And of course, when she is ready to be married, she will have an education to pass on to her family. Clean water projects are something we look at. We will determine all the projects, but for sure, Days for Girls will be one of the main projects we do. In other areas of the country, we do wells and filters. We donate maize, cattle, livestock. This is at an orphanage that we serve in a children's group home. 10K School is one of the schools I've adopted, and we have a library that's being built there. That's in a different part of the country. This is a typical classroom for them. So this is, in fact, I'm going there tomorrow because in that area we have quite a few goats and cattle that are being delivered that were donated for the holidays. This is me and one of the committee members there and family members. He is a Maasai warrior. They do grow them tall here in Kenya. I am not a short person. I'm 5'9", so that gives you an idea. And I'm on a hill, actually, up higher than him. We also have been given licensing agreements to Leonie Dawson's Shiny Year in Life and Biz workbooks. And so more than likely, while we are in Mombasa, we will be teaching a couple of chapters out of that to give them the ability to choose. So one of the things that I hope that I never, ever get jaded or tired of hearing is when someone says, oh, I didn't know I had a choice. When a woman or a girl says, oh, I just thought because of my last name, my tribe, my social status, like this was my destiny. Many times women don't know how or have never been given permission to dream. So this is one of the things that they will love to interact with you, ask you questions, because you will be their age mates on, what it is that you do, and how you live your life and how you are an empowered, independent woman, even in a conscious and loving relationship. And of course, we're going to go on safari. Why would you come all the way to Kenya if you're not going to see the animals? It is Lion King Live. You will get to see animals like zebra and cheetahs, giraffes, lions. One of the things that I say about this country is the majority of the country is on quartz. You will find that the ground glitters, and there is a energetic resonance here. And getting one with Mother Earth and the animals gives you another opening for transformation, clarity, and just connection with humanity and all of the beings in the world. If you're an elephant fan, get prepared. We will be very up close and personal with all of the animals. But there is just something different about experiencing a pack of elephants and watching the matriarchal system that happens with elephants that you will understand, especially after the first week with Anni. So we're going to, also see the lessons that you will learn from the animals. Leopards, one of the most majestic animals, much bigger cat than I had ever anticipated. Hippos, again, it is so hard. I will tell you, as much as I never want to spoil the surprises, hippos are as big as trucks. There's no way to adequately represent them in photos until you've seen them. There's a variety of monkeys, ostriches are native. These are all photos that I've taken over the years. We will get to see some of the tribes. These are Maasai. You will get to be around some Maasai warriors as well as Samburu. You'll get to be around more of the coastal tribes as well. Food. People want to know about food. Are you going to starve in Kenya? Nope. Even though I have reduced greatly since I've been here, and people are like, are you starving? I'm like, oh gosh, no. I've been on the high carb diet and still lost a ton of weight. I'm at the healthiest, most optimal body I've ever had. Food here is whole, it is organic, it is local. This is a typical meal. That is not cheese, that is carrots and cabbage on the left. Ugali is that white pile in the middle that looks like potatoes, but it is more like polenta. On the right, the greens are called sukuma wiki. It is like a kale. It's more of a natural kale. And then that is beef. Those are happy cows that are organic. Most cows are produced here in my county. You have never tasted, like the beef you will experience here if you are a meat eater is very sweet. It has a sweetness about it because they are cows that are sang to, they roam naturally. They are not even put in a pen. Wow. So, yeah. Githeri is one of my favorites. It is maize, which is like hominy. There's a variety of beans. That is a little bit of spinach and cilantro, otherwise known as dania here. Bajia is one of my favorites. So potatoes here are one of the big staple foods. These are a little bit coated in tempura. Potatoes here, there's one variety. It is like a Yukon Gold and incredibly buttery, not starchy at all. Everyone tends to fall in love with the potatoes here. Chapati is another staple you will have a lot of, and people tend to want to know how to make it. If you have ever had Cafe Rio, what's the other? It's like a thick tortilla. Mm-hmm. So it's delicious. Cachamburi is much like pico de gallo. Fruits and vegetables. You are on the coast. So fingerling bananas. If you have never had a banana picked off of a tree right then and there, you have never tasted a real banana. Those avocados can be sometimes 3 pounds.
Those are ginormous.
They're ginormous. Those right there are about a D cup.
Wow, those are massive. Yeah.
And same with the mangoes. So those
are Boulder avocados to shame for sure.
And I will tell you, those are about 20 cents US. And those mangoes are about 30 cents. And same thing, those can be about 3 pounds. They're fantastic.
One mango could like feed you like half a day.
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
But I'll eat more. But they're fabulous fruits and vegetables. This is another meal, pilau, which is kind of an Indian flavored rice. And then that is, a pan-fried steak. Delicious. You will. Most people find that they eat more volumes of food when they're in Kenya. However, even eating more volumes, most people will drop a couple of lbs. I wouldn't put it past you because you're going to have tons of happy hormones running through your body while you're here. And like I said, it's whole food. So it's different. This is a samosa, which is like a little meat pouch. It could be chicken, it could be beef, or if you're a vegetarian, so many vegetarian options as well. So it could be peas, carrots, potatoes. Because we're on the coast, there also tends to be a plentiful Hindu and Muslim tribe. So really great halal options and vegetarian. So again, the details, the duration of this Soul Safari leg of this adventure, the 25th of April through departing on May 1st in Kenya, Africa. Right now, I think we have room for maybe 9. I need to look at that. It actually might be more like 6 or 7. We could probably squeeze in 9 soul sisters. The expedition investment is $1,497 plus your airfare. So what's included? Arrival, it should say Mombasa at the Mombasa airport, double or twin sharing standard room in each of our guest houses. We will have kind of a house at this location and or the lodge when we're on safari. All your meals are included. Ground transportation throughout, your entrance fees for the game drives, days, or safari, and filtered water every day. Our safari guides are included. The tips for all of our Kenya staff and support family. Your Kenya visa is included. It's actually $53 once all is said and done. Unlimited hugs, laughter, and memories that will last a lifetime. Probably a dance party or 2 every night as well. What's not included? To secure your spot, it's a $500 deposit, and then the remaining balance is due by March 25th. Here is the link that you can click to place your deposit. Of course, if you have any questions, reach out to me either by Facebook or email. And of course, what's not included? What's your responsibility? Your cell phone. If you choose to use it, and we in our travel training will go over, if you want to text, you will always have access if you do need a landline to physically call home. That's easy for us to arrange. Of course, for this adventure, I will encourage you to be off your cell phone and be fully present as often as possible, but you will have access, of course, if you need to be in touch with family. Any shopping money that you want to bring in the travel training, I do go over many of the items that previous guests have really kind of oohed and awed over, and a general budget. Travel insurance, if you would like that, we do have the resources to and referrals on the travel insurance companies that we recommend. If you do choose immunizations, those are all up to you. I will say we do live in a country where malaria is present, although I do not take malaria medications or immunizations. So it's up to you. You know, we fully encourage you to do what is in your belief system. I do provide a malaria, it's an anti-mosquito regimen is what I call it. So the best way is prevention, any medications that you have, and of course, if you want your laundry done here. And again, we'll give you the prices of airfares. Our concierge team is always on the lookout for you. So we invite you to the Soul Safari Adventure and Expedition in April. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Anni Daulter to tell you about what you're going to experience in the Soul Sisterhood, or the I Am Sisterhood retreat, and why you want to take advantage of both of these.
Okay, so how do I...
I'm going to stop my screen share.
Okay.
And then you just click on screen share, and it is all yours, my dear.
Okay, let's see.
There we go.
So I'm sorry I don't have a beautiful presentation like that. I definitely need to up my game. But
oh no, but you have way better pictures. You have way better photos.
But, well, I would love to have something that explains it so well. I'm just so impressed with you. Let me just start with that. And I do a lot of things a little bit more off the cuff. I love your organization, so I'm sure that it's so comforting for people. And I actually can't believe so many people come to my things, because I'm not like that at all. So I feel like I need to up my game here. But I will say that the heart of I Am Sisterhood really lives in the power of woman. And for so many women, it's funny, it's like I've traveled and done this retreat and lots of retreats all around the world. And you said something, Marilyn, when you were talking about that girls are not allowed to dream, or they feel like they're not allowed to dream. I find that literally everywhere in the world, everywhere. States, Bali, Italy, wherever people have this, women have this internal place where they don't feel good enough. And they don't feel like that place of being able to dream. That isn't just something specific to where you are. And so part of my mission, I guess, in the world is to really help women hear the call. Like, what is the call that's alive in me? What is it that, what is alive in me that I can, bring to the world? What is the medicine that I have to share? And so many women have never even heard that sentence. And so they've never thought about it in their conscious awareness and never brought it to that place of what I call divine mind. And being able to live from your divine mind means that you're able to understand and fulfill and take action to your soul's purpose, So I'm excited that we're pairing up, because there's so much to understanding how to be present, right, in your life situation, but how to take what you have. And I talk about the very first thing in I Am Sisterhood is talking about the seeds of a woman. What is the seed that was planted in you when you came here? What was your soul contract? And what are you here to water and do and bring and share? What medicine do you have? And so many women just don't know the answer to that. They don't know that. It's a big question, right? Granted, it's a very big question. But not knowing the answer to that, what that says to me is, wow, like, how are we to really figure out our connection to ourselves, to our partners, to our community, if we can't even tap that within ourselves and understand what we're here to do? The other thing that I think is really fun about I Am Sisterhood is learning about, like, how our creative spark, when a creative spark sort of, that's what I call them, when you have an idea to create something, it's this little spark that sort of lands on you. And a lot of people, instead of, they just sort of wipe off the sparks and like, I can't do that. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have the talent. Why would anyone want to listen to me? And they kind of shoo it off, right? And then all of a sudden you'll see like someone else doing exactly what you had, the idea, the spark that you had. And you're like, wait, that's my idea. That's what I was supposed to do. But that's the way they are, right? They float around and fall on people. And when they know that they'll manifest themselves somewhere because they have to. And so if you don't actually bring it forth and give it life, someone else will, right? Because it will land and it will figure it out. That creative spark, those pieces that kind of float on us. One of my skills in the world is like capturing all those and saying, okay, yes, let's make all these things happen. That's why so many of those fuckers just land right on me, because they know that I'm going to do everything. Yeah, just keep landing on me. But I want the women to be able to highlight those. I'm like, what is that? What is our connection to each other as a tribe of women? What is our connection to the moon? What is our connection to ancient roots, which, you know, I kind of liken it to sort of our like pagan roots of like seasonality, like living with nature, and how do we like combine all of those to really look at like where we came from and who we are and what we are reemerging. And that's a big thing. You talked about that too, Marilyn, you know, that the rise of the feminine is where we are, you know, that's why this kind of work is it is the call to so many women, because shift in the world. And so, you know, many of us are called to stand in our power, to bring the women to us, to help them find that spark, to help them find their soul purpose. And also just to have a really good time together. I like to have fun. And I think everyone that comes really has a life-changing experience for different reasons. You know, some of them find their voice for the first time. Some just get really inspired to create all their magic in the world. And the tribe that gets formed is one of the most powerful things, I think, because so many women, you know, I'll sit in circle with women sometimes who've never done that ever. And it breaks my heart to think of that there's women who haven't ever sat in that place of being seen, being heard, being witnessed. So all of those pieces are very present in I Am Sisterhood. I'm just showing you some of the little things. This is the last day. Everyone has to bring a red dress and wear a red dress, and we do a really beautiful casting out of your soul's purpose into the world. And this was in Seattle. That was a really fun retreat. We do release. So we kind of, I've incorporated I Am Sisterhood around all the elements. So we start, I'm pulling this up because I don't want to forget stuff. If I had a PowerPoint, I'd be much easier. Which I will at some point. We do gratitude work. I think gratitude is every woman's superpower. It's every human's superpower, actually. And when you have more gratitude in your life, you get to manifest and bring forth more goodness to yourself. So we do some work with manifestation. We do this thing called Breaking Free to Be Me, which is a really fun, I can't tell you, there's lots of surprises, so I don't want to ruin all the things. We do moon meditation. We make the moon water. We make moon essence. We make anointing oils. We do a lot of really fun things to create. I like to bring, all of my retreats are very experiential. So I like to have things that people are making and doing and creating that they get to take home with them, that also kind of transfers the experience, you know, to taking your life, to taking it back to your home and your community. So we also look at your relationship to abundance, which I think, again, is so amazing that, you know, Marilyn, you've got this other component. I almost wish that was before, but maybe this is actually better to have this before, because we really look at ceremony around releasing lack. And that's not just financially, that's around releasing lack in your life, where you feel the no is very present for you, where you can't do whatever it is. Like, let's say you want to write a book. Who would ever want me to write a book? I don't have a voice that could write, that's living in lack, right? Versus, I have this amazing skill. I have this amazing beauty to share. And instead of waking up with that inspiration and saying yes, we wake up with all the no, and why would anybody want this? And so it becomes a little bit harder to manifest. So we look at releasing lack. And so I do ceremony around that. That's a photo of us, one person doing. This is our little magic moon oil, which we make on under a moon. And that's a ceremonial oil that you can use to anoint yourself when you're doing ritual or ceremony. This is really fun. The very first night, you get a color. Color to me is very, I'm just sort of a color junkie, I guess. And obviously you can tell I'm a very photo junkie person. I like beautiful things. And I like, all of our retreats are very beautiful. They're filled with yummy goodies. I give a whole bunch of things away. I like to do that kind of stuff. But the first night we do, you get a color. It's like pulling a tarot card kind of, but you pull a color. And I've written out what that color sort of means and manifests. And then we have an actual essence. Our girls who make all of our essences, they've made an essence for every color. So you get to take that with you as well. Add it to your water, but like some of the colors like blush and flame, manifestation is a color, tantra. There's just, it's really fun. And so you get to take that and really kind of dive deep into this deep meditation around color. And then we have, I give you this really beautiful journal. I'm sure I have. We make a money abundance oil, but we have this journal. See, this isn't like in order, of course. Yes. We're back to that.
But as you can see, Annie is spectacular at the photos.
Okay, so here's the journal. We create a journal, and you get to name it and use your color to really, her color was vibrant, so that was all the colors. So she used, all the colors to create this. And it's just a really special, oh, she looks like she should be with you. They're beautiful. She was so cute. And okay, so we do, I'm just kind of going back. So let me go back a little bit. So we make with the, this is the first night. And then the next day we start in with the journal and really doing some artwork and some, diving a little deeper and leaning into the creative forces within you, right? So we do a lot of work with that. And we start the elements. We start looking at water and earth and air and fire. And so we incorporate that, and we will be doing, because we're going to be at the beach, so we'll definitely be literally in the water. But also really understanding how each of the elements work in our lives, how water represents flow and the energy of emotion, and how you relate to that, and how that, how you do that in your life. Fire with your will and your determination, and release and power and transformation. And we look at earth and your groundedness and rooted passions, and air, with how you live in your divine mind, and how you let your thoughts form and the stories form to shape the trajectory of your life. So we look a we talk about energies around us and protecting ourselves from the negative ones. So we actually do, this is a really ancient recipe for black salt, and everybody makes their own. It's really powerful. We infuse it with a lot of good energy. We actually do a little spell on it, and it's really strong, and people love that. So we make black salt. Let's see. I'm just trying to look through some pictures. This is just a picture of one of our altars. A lot of those, I gave everyone those little triangle altars. They're little goodies that I like to give out, lots of yummy things.
Yes, for those of you that really love extraordinary swag, Anni is like
I am good at that. I will say that's one of my skills.
Yeah.
That is a skill set of mine.
I think I see one of my midwife friends in a photograph back away.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Do you know, her name is Nicole Marie. She's a midwife over in Whidbey Island area of Washington State.
I don't know, Nicole.
I could have swore that was her. Maybe not. It's okay.
How funny. I mean, I've been to Whidbey. That's funny. And we've done retreats over in like Seattle area. So that doesn't, it could be. I'm so many women. I mean, I usually have a lot of women at these retreats. So it's kind of,
yeah.
But anyway, that's just a picture of our altar. Like you can see these little goddesses I had made for everybody. We work with pendulums. We do, let's see, I'm trying to think, we do so many things. Oh, we have a really, really, really fun night of witness dancing. That's always everyone's scariest and funnest thing that they do. And we end every single retreat, let me go back, with our sacred salt bowl. And our salt bowl is a signature sacred living movement ceremony. Here's a picture of one. It starts with a big humongous bowl of salt and just plain salt. And then I have a mother salt that I have collected from every single salt bowl that we've ever done. And so it's a collection of basically thousands of women and men, because we do them at the sacred relationship retreats too, and the brotherhood retreats. So we combine them all, and I have a huge bowl here at my house where they all just get dumped in, and I take a little bit and we put that in the new salt so that all the women are connected and all the people are connected all over the world. And I mean, these salt bowls have been done at the top of, you know, temples in Bali, to Venice, Italy, to just, you know, Los Angeles and, you know, Utah. I mean, just all these amazing places. But you put in natural items to represent what your purest intentions and what it is you want to manifest. So they're literally magic salt. I've seen people put things like, I mean, there are things in it like sacred oils from ashrams in India, to like whole butterfly ones, every kind of money currency, every essential oil, every herb you can imagine, honey. Once we do a sacred sweeties retreat with little girls, 7-year-olds, and one girl put in a big bag of like plastic diamonds, you know, so everyone would find their treasure. I just like the most beautiful things. And then basically then you have your own mother salt, so you can take it home and continue doing salt bowls in your community. But one of the other amazing things about I Am Sisterhood is that what we do at the retreat, I have literally written out, and I should have maybe put that up. But you get a manual, so you can take it home and do it exactly the way that I do it with you. So it's beautifully designed. It has all of our photos. I even have these things called Say This. You can say this if you want. So there's all this. It's very easy to transfer it to your own community and run I Am Sisterhood retreats there. So it's really great. It's not a training. It's an experience. But my hope is that people take it back to their communities and do it, because really that's what we want. We want more and more women coming together, sitting in circle, finding their power, finding the beauty, you know, in their own lives, and sharing it with other women, you know. And that's how we change the world. I mean, I loved the African proverb, you know, to go fast, walk alone, or to go far, stand together. and that's really truly it. With every single retreat, we grab the hand of another woman. You know, we grab her and say, let's go. Like, what is it that you need to do? We always have our hand at your back. Like, let's help you figure it out, so you can share your medicine in the world. So that's really, I mean, I can't give away all of it, but it's just so much fun. It's so beautiful. And I mean, there's just no words to describe the transformation that happens. And it's always different every single time. So I really love doing, I Am Sisterhood is a very fun, enlivening retreat. We have a lot of different kind of retreats. Our goddess retreat, where you become a red drum carrier, is a much deeper journey into like spirit world. And this one is just a very fun, uplifting, connecting, joyful experience. So I know it's not as professionally put together, but I promise it's so much fun.
And then Anni, tell us what the dates are and the investment.
Okay. Again, can I click off to this?
Yeah.
Literally, Marilyn, I have like 27 retreats on my thing.
I know you do. I can tell you. It's okay.
Oh, good. If you can tell us, then that's No. I do know it. I think it's April 25th. I just want to make sure.
It's April 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
There you go. And I will tell you how much. I can do that part. Hold on.
Okay,
here it is. It's $1,350 USD. And the deposit is $400. And I usually say that the balance I give off, though, if you sign up in full, you get $200 off, which is great. And what else? It's very long. This is another thing I actually will say about the retreat, the I Am Sisterhood, because that might be different than Marilyn's. I'm not sure, but for us, they're long days and nights. Like it goes into the night. We don't waste any time. Like it's a whole day and night experience. Like there's stuff we do outside at night under the moon. So it's very, very, very full. You'll feel like you've been there for 17 years. But then at the same time, you'll be like, whoa, it just ended already.
And I will tell you one of the things that you will experience in Kenya, because you will be with Kenyans as well who are heart wide open. But the one of the most common feedbacks that we hear when people come to Kenya is, why does it feel like time is standing still? Mm-hmm. So it feels like you get so much done in a day, and yet there's still so much more. Like, you can feel like you've had a full day by 4:00, but wait, there's more. Like, and you're not tired, or if you need a little rest, there's, I'm sure, time as well. But it's because you're in a heart wide open country, and you are in a realm of possibility, which gives you the opportunity to be fully present in a way that you haven't been before. And that fully present experience does help bend time, in my experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my goal with I Am Sisterhood is that you take home with you lots of things and tools and practices that can keep you in your vibration raised, and can keep you in your divine mind, can introduce you to ceremonial and spiritual mind as well, and really come away with a life-changing experience. I mean, I know that that's a pretty big statement, but I've seen it happen hundreds and hundreds of times. So that's my favorite thing to do.
Absolutely. I would imagine that both of us agree that part of our joy of doing this is we get the privilege and honor of being the witness to so much transformation.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And it's witnessing of each other too. And really just seeing the strength of the collective is something worth witnessing, and doing it in a place that's already magical. Just, of course, it's kind of like cheating a little bit, because you already have like the magic of the Indian Ocean and crystal blue waters, and so it is, a little bit cheating. Like, okay, it's not all the program. Mother Nature kind of comes in with her beauty and helps out a little bit, but all of that together makes for a really sincerely gorgeous experience. So I'm just looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I know, me too. So for those of you that are watching the recording of this, if you need to reach me, you can email me, Marilyn, MARILYN, at MarilynKnows.com, or pop me up on Facebook. And Annie, where can they reach you?
Anni, ANNI, at sacredpregnancy.com, or on Facebook for sure. If they're not following me, just Anni Daulter, DAULTER. Can follow me there. And you can Facebook message me, and I can get you any information.
So we would love to welcome you to Kenya, welcome you to our communities. We can get creative when it comes to, maybe some payment plans and how to get you here. We just need everything by, the certain date. But it's always more fun when you have other sisters here. So we encourage you to reach out to people who could use this experience, that you would like to experience it with maybe yourself. So this is recorded. We'll get this uploaded, and Annie, I'll get this to you so you can share it in a newsletter or however you want on your social media outlets. And we're just so excited. Like, I can't tell you how excited I was to welcome in 2017, because I knew I was one step closer to this incredible experience.
It's going to be so fun. Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And
Me too.
I bet there might be more in the future. So.
Yes, I think so. Thank you so much, Marilyn.
You're so
it was
welcome.
lovely, and I'm really just looking forward to meeting everyone that's going to be there.
Me too. Me too. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Okay, thank you so much. Do I just click?
You can just click and I'll end, and we'll get this sent to everyone.
All right. Bye, ladies. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Big hugs.
Bye.